George, we're here at the Miami Slam, your Grand Slam track debut, of course. How are you feeling ahead of tomorrow?
Excited. Had a really good last 5-6 weeks of training in South Africa after indoors, and yeah, nice to break up the training and come here and compete with some of the best in the world.
You were on the track this morning, we've seen. How was that, just to get a feel of it, and the atmosphere as well was quite good?
Yeah, it was a cool vibe down there. It was nice to get out on the track and just get the legs moving a bit. I've only jogged since being here, obviously. Got here Tuesday afternoon after 25-26 hours of travel, so yeah, good to get the legs moving and wake them up a little bit, and we'll be ready for tomorrow.
Did you watch the Kingston Slam?
Of course, not live because it was late in South Africa, but I watched the races back. I've watched them back a few times, so yeah, it's good to learn from and plan for the next few races.
From like a British perspective, I guess, because there are quite a few Brits out here in Miami, what do you make of the whole concept of it? It is completely different.
Right now, I think it's really cool. I think it's awesome, and I think I'll love it even more after I've raced over the weekend. I think it's something that we don't get to do and practice so often, so I think it's something that could really benefit you going into championships in the future, and it's also a meet that you want to come and win like any other race.
How do you feel going into it as a challenger? You know, I guess maybe racers and challengers feel a bit different going into these.
Maybe. I don't think so. I think whoever you are, or at least if it was me, either side of it, I'd be coming to these races and wanting to win, so that's what I'll try and do over the weekend.
And of course you're doing the 3K and the 5K double. Is there a reason you decided to go for the long distance rather than the short distance? I know we've seen you obviously over the longer quite recently.
Yeah, so I see myself as someone who can race from 1500 upwards, whatever distance that would be, really. Maybe an 800 occasionally, but not so often. And I think just the period of the year, like coming off an endurance block just in our last training camp out in Dahlstrom, it kind of fits well to run a 3K and a 5K, and then we can tailor the rest of the year how we need it. So I think the training we've been doing, and also my current ability in these events, this one probably suits me slightly better.
And we've got the 3K and the 5K over the course of 3 days. I guess it's, it's something different. It's the 3 and then the 5. How are you feeling to kind of navigate that, and with the legs and stuff as well?
That's not really something I'm worried about. Obviously, for example, Euro indoors, we raced 2 3Ks back to back, and obviously 5K's a little bit longer, but it's not so dissimilar, I think. So I think I'll be well prepared for that. And I mean, I run a lot, train a lot, so it shouldn't be a problem.
What do you make of the depth of the field, I guess, going into it? I mean, we've got some great athletes in there, of course, and for example, Grant Fisher, who's had a great season with his world records indoors as well.
I want to take them down.
Brilliant. And then when it comes down to yourself, I mean, what a busy year you've had so far. We've seen you at the Euros with that silver. You were quite open saying, yeah, you won the silver, but you still want more.
Yeah, so with that race at Europeans, I think I said it in my interview after, silver was kind of the bare minimum. Anything less than that and I would have been really disappointed, and I think we'd have had to reflect on that a lot because it would have been an underperformance. And going into that race, I wanted to try and win. I did try to do that, and Jakob was just better on the day. But that's the place that I want to be in, the high bar I set myself now. I'll go into these races and try to take on whoever's in them.
Perfect. And I mean, after those Europeans, then we didn't unfortunately see you at the World Indoors. For those that don't know, why was that you didn't make it?
Really sick, so picked up a flu and ended up having fever for almost 10 days, I think. So yeah, wiped me out, had to take 6 days off training, which is basically off season for me. So yeah, had to take a big chunk off training, but fortunately the body came back really quickly. Within a week, 10 days of training, I was basically back at the same level as before, so we've been able to really build on that and progress in the last few weeks.
Perfect. And how was that? I mean, coming off of, you were clearly in great shape from the Euros, and the Worlds was really not soon after. How did you kind of find that, having to step down and not do it?
It was fine because I had no choice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to compete at the level, or at any sort of level. I would have had no chance in that race. By the time that race came around, I wasn't even running yet, so it would have been pretty impossible for me to have any sort of chance there. So it's one of those things, you take it on the chin and unfortunately I had this in 5-6 weeks time, so it was a nice goal to focus on.
Since that last race at the Euros, how have you been with training? What's the training been like?
Really good. So obviously was back in South Africa where I based myself from November till the end of April, and yeah, we just did the basics, got back to high volume, got the sessions in, and just ticked along. And we had the full team out there this time, which was really nice, a really good vibe, and yeah, just love being around everyone there.
Perfect. And what's the plans after this then?
So I'll fly into St. Moritz. So I've obviously got a week, 10 days at sea level now, and then we'll fly into St. Moritz we'll fly on Monday, arrive there on Tuesday, and then another 5-6 week block of training, and next race will be Oslo Diamond League.
Perfect. And looking at the wider picture for the rest of the year, I'm guessing it's kind of all eyes on Tokyo.
Exactly. That's the most important thing. And I want to get myself there in the best shape possible to compete for medals.
Do you know what one you want to do? Or are you going to double again?
I know, but I'm not going to say.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Need to keep some people guessing.